Hello, welcome to the News Podcast Daily, and following are today's top stories.
The 7th meeting on cooperation and development between border provinces of Cambodia and Vietnam opened in Ho Chi Minh City on March the 9th. A workshop on initial public offerings in Japan has attracted the attention of Vietnamese companies. The local social network Chinh Mi has set the national record for an online Vietnam map created and shaped by photos of its members.
The 7th meeting on cooperation and development between border provinces of Cambodia and Vietnam officially opened in Ho Chi Minh City on March 9th.
The meeting reviewed cooperative results between ministries, branches and localities in border provinces of the two countries, from the 6th meeting of its kind in August 2010 until now. Delegates discussed measures to solve difficulties in implementing the cooperation, and an orientation to promote joint projects in many fields to match the future needs of the two countries' border localities. The meeting is expected to contribute to strengthening the friendship and comprehensive cooperation between the two countries. It's also a meaningful activity to celebrate the Vietnam-Cambodia Friendship Year 2012 and the 45th anniversary of diplomatic ties between the two countries.
Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh hosted a reception for Secretary of the State of the Cambodian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ung Sin, in Ho Chi Minh City on March 8th.
The Cambodian official is in Vietnam for the third exchange between the two foreign ministries. Minh told the guests that Vietnam will cooperate closely with Cambodia during Cambodia's ASEAN Chair next year. He urged for further cooperation between the two foreign ministries, especially during Vietnam-Cambodia Friendship Year 2012 and celebration of the 45th year of diplomatic relations next year.
The Cao Đài Bạch Y, a sect of Caodaism, has held a congress for the period from 2012 to 2017 at the Ngọc Kinh Church in the southern province of Kiên Giang.
More than 250 delegates representing 14 sub-parishes from the region attended the Congress on March the 7th. The Congress elected Principal Archbishop Trần Văn Huynh as head of the Standing Committee for the 2012-2017 term. In the previous term, dignitaries and followers of the sect have seriously abided by state laws and policies and fulfilled their citizens' obligations. They actively participated in humanitarian activities, presenting houses, rice, clothes, free medical examinations and treatment to the poor, worth almost 2.2 billion Vietnamese dong. The sect also built bridges and roads for the local community at a total cost of more than 8.1 billion Vietnamese dong. In the next term, the sect plans to continue to promote religious unity, implement state laws and policies to prevent social evils and superstitions, and participate in charitable and social activities.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng chaired a meeting of the National Council for Education and Workforce Development in Hanoi on March 8th. The Council met to gather opinions on the draft Educational Development Strategy and Vocational Training Strategy for 2011 to 2020.
Prime Minister Dũng, who is also the Council's chairman, stressed that developing education and vocational training will make a great contribution to socio-economic achievements and turn Vietnam into a modern industrialized nation by 2020. The draft Education Development Strategy aims to comprehensively improve the quality of education to meet the country's demand for a high-quality workforce. It defines concrete goals for preschool, general, vocational, and tertiary education. To meet these goals, the draft proposes 7 measures for the 2011-2020 period, including renovating management, developing a contingent of competent teachers, renewing circular, increasing investment, and supporting educational development in disadvantaged areas. Meanwhile, the draft vocational training strategy sets an overall target to meet the requirements of the labor market in both quality and quantity to improve Vietnam's competitive edge. It aims to increase the number of trained workers to 40% of the total workforce and to 55% by 2020, equivalent to 23.5 million and 34.4 million people respectively. The draft calls for the building of a national vocational standard framework and a complete network of vocational training establishments. It stresses the importance of renovating state management of vocational training, controlling the quality of training, and connecting vocational training with labor market and business involvement.
A workshop on possible initial public offering in Japan has attracted the attention of Vietnamese companies in the context of a gloomy stock market. The event was held on March 7th in Ho Chi Minh City.
At the workshop, the participants talked about the Tokyo Stock Exchange and gave their views on the possibility for Vietnamese companies to issue shares on Japan's stock market. According to a representative from the Tokyo Stock Exchange, Japan can fully meet the needs of Vietnamese firms who wish to go public. The Tokyo stock market, with its abundant financial resources, is worth over $20 trillion and will do its best to help businesses attract more capital. Another issue of attention at the workshop was acquisition and merger activities between Vietnam and Japan. Besides China and India, Vietnam draws the attention of Japanese companies in a range of fields. Economic analysts said that acquisitions and mergers involving Japanese companies with other countries in Asia hold a great potential over the next few years. Many Vietnamese and Japanese firms have high expectations for the future.
Local exporters examined both the advantages and challenges for Vietnam's textile and garments in the European market at a seminar in Ho Chi Minh City on March 8th.
Participants said the sector has seen remarkable growth over recent years, but due to the world's economic meltdown, Vietnamese businesses faced a range of difficulties with EU customers. In this vast market, customers now require the origin of materials to be clearly stated, as well as a greater diversity of designs, as well as reasonable prices. Industry insiders suggested that businesses produce products to match the need of each individual export market. They should seek out value-added contracts, along with those for larger volumes of goods. A representative from the French Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Vietnam said the Chamber is helping Vietnamese businesses to identify consumer demand across the EU and providing up-to-date information on each market in the continent.
The National Administrations of Tourism on March 8th unveiled a plan to develop tourism at heritage and conservation sites. The plan was drafted in collaboration with the UNESCO Vietnam office.
The plan includes compiling messages to visitors about the heritage, identifying popular tourist destinations, and setting up a profile of visitors to ensure the right kinds of products and services are on offer. A more active role for local communities at heritage sites was discussed, and Indigenous people were encouraged to become involved in preservation work and tourist services. The benefits from tourism and our national heritage should be shared with local communities. I think it is important to encourage more people to help the state in protecting heritage sites and developing the tourism industry. According to representatives from Vietnam's National Tourism Administration, this move will help to conserve and develop heritage sites in a more sustainable manner.
The local social network Zingmi has set a national record for an online Vietnam map created and shaped by photos of its members. The record was officially recognized by the Vietnam Record Book Center on March 7th.
Created by more than 100,000 photos, the map is part of the millions of connections to Chong Sa Archipelago program launched by Zingmi, which has 8.2 million registered members. The network's members have pasted their portraits on geographical names on the map of Vietnam to express their love for Chong Sa Islands and their national pride. The participants, mostly young people, also sent messages to soldiers who day and night are guarding the sacred islands and territorial waters of the country. During the recognition ceremony, the representatives from Zingmi offered almost 100 million VND to the Let's Build Chong Sa Fund, run by Deutsche Daily.
And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.